I feel like Dr. Barry has been making more different videos recently. He has kind of been sharing more of his life, right? Because I saw this video right here of him a few days ago, and he was sharing what he was eating in his kitchen. I don't think he usually makes this kind of video. Usually his videos are more related to theories, I guess. Anyways, 21 hours ago, my hero, Dr. Barry, posted this video right here, and your boy is going to watch this today. Is supermarket beef unhealthy? Cook with me while we talk about it. I think I already know what he's going to say. He's going to say it's not the most optimal, but it's still going to be pretty good. Anyways, let's check it out. And hopefully this video is going to be interesting. Alright. Let me tell you guys about my experience first. So actually, my diet right now, I honestly don't really emphasize meat quality. So I've been eating beef and chicken a lot, and those are, I know the beef is grain fed, it's not grass fed, and the chicken I'm pretty sure is just some normal chicken. I'm not sure how they raise the chicken, but more than likely it's not pasture raised. And have I been feeling absolutely 100%? I guess, to be honest, not really. But do I still feel pretty good eating those not the most optimal foods? I'd say so, to be honest. My skin is still pretty nice, and the foods are still delicious. Yeah, I don't know. I've been eating a meat-based diet for like 3.5 years now, and I haven't really been stressing about meat quality. And yeah, I don't really feel like eating higher quality meat necessarily gives me some very different feeling. And I know many actual carnivores have reported similar experiences, like they don't notice a huge difference eating lower quality meat. But to be honest, I guess it's still more optimal to eat higher quality meat, right? Maybe it's going to be good for you in some other aspects that you can't really feel. Yeah, it makes sense. It's higher quality. It makes sense that it's going to make you feel better, right, guys? But yeah, at least for me, that's not really something I really pay a lot of attention to. I know some people, they are more like obsessive when it comes to this area, and they really want their animal foods or like their diet in general to be just very, very organic, very high quality. But I know some of those people, they are doing this based on their religious belief. It's just because that's their belief rather than they actually feel some amazing differences. Anyways, I kind of yapped for a little too long. Let's just watch this gorgeous man's video, alright? Shout out to Dr. Barry. I went carnivore in April 2022, and it's like 99% plus because of him. Of course, the fact that I was being open-minded also was a factor, right? Anyways, I remember Dr. Barry is pretty tall. I wonder if he's taller than Sean Baker. Last time I was interviewing Andrew Graff, and he told me that Dr. Sean looks very huge in person. I wonder if Dr. Barry looks more huge. Probably not. He probably doesn't work out that much. But he looks kind of manly, to be honest. He's definitely a respectable man in my mind. Shout out.
All right, my friends, I am physiologically hungry now. I'm going to break my fast. It's about 1:50 p.m.
1:50 p.m. break his fast. That's, I guess, relatively early for me. Your boy usually starts eating when it's like after 6. And yeah, unless there's some more delicious foods laying around in my household. If that's the case, I might eat earlier. If not, yeah, a lot of the times I only start eating after 6 p.m.
So I'm going to have 2 pounds.
Looks like there are a bunch of spices and seasonings and shit, like so many. I wonder what those are. Because if you are eating a meat-based diet, there shouldn't be so many different crabs or like weird stuff, right? Maybe those are his wife's things. Because I know his wife doesn't eat that meat-based.
Pounds of ground beef, and this ground beef came from Walmart. Okay, this is just regular supermarket beef, and we're going to talk about that while I cook up this feast. I do have fresh farm eggs, handcrafted by Nisha.
Go slung this raw egg, Dr. Barry. Don't disappoint all the viewers. Just eat this right here with the eggshell, okay?
Well, actually, the hens made them, but Nisha collected them. Got my cast iron skillet. We're going to put some bacon grease. Both of our containers are full.
I feel like Dr. Barry is a very big fan of bacon grease. I wonder why. How special is that? Also, I wonder what are the ingredients of his bacon. I feel like he's a pretty freaking big fan of bacon in general. Throughout my carnivore journey, I haven't really eaten bacon, to be honest. I think one of the main, some reasons are, first of all, it's not that cheap, I feel like. Usually it's a lot more expensive than regular meat. Also, according to what I can find, they're usually pretty not clean when it comes to the beautiful ingredients. I would like to take a bite of his bacon grease to feel how delicious that is.
I got to buy another container, so I just had to use a bowl to put the bacon grease from our last bacon in. But I'd much rather be rich in bacon grease.
What the
hell?
To
not have any. We're going to put a good dollop in there.
What did he say? Grease. That's a new word for me.
As to not have any. We're going to put a good...
I wonder if the subtitle here is accurate, but to be honest, I don't really want to check this word's meaning. So let me know in the comments, alright? If you would like to enlighten your boy. I just wanted to point out that I didn't know this word before. I guess that means you want to get a spoonful of that.
Dollop in there to get everything going. Now, let's talk about beef. Is this toxic?
I can tell that Dr. Bear is deliberately being annoying. Or like, maybe not annoying, being like dramatic. I like the fact that he can do this. He's like pretty humorous. I think a well-rounded man needs to have this aspect. Some men are like a little too nonchalant, emotionless, and I think that's not well-rounded enough.
And dangerous? Is it full of antibiotics and hormones? Or is it still a health food, even though it's just regular supermarket Walmart beef? So certain antibiotics, if this cow was sick and they gave it antibiotics, they have to wait 21 days before they send this cow to the processor. Same for hormones. The only hormones that's legal to give cattle now is bovine growth hormone.
Okay.
Which is the hormone that cows actually make themselves. They just give them a little higher dose of it so they grow faster and get bigger. It's not like it's a weird chemical. It's just cow growth hormone.
I mean, that's not a good argument, I feel like, because obviously that's something external. He's kind of trying to tell you that, oh, it's not as dangerous as you believe. But yeah, I think it's not an absolutely on point argument.
Which cows already make. But they also have to have a washout period so that that's completely gone before this meat goes to the processor. So this is just ground beef.
So I guess we need to ask ourselves these questions. First of all, is it going to be that big of a problem if we consume those antibiotics and some hormone? If that's actually going to be a huge problem. Also, will the cows still have those after the wash-up period? Because he was saying that, oh, they're going to wait until they sell the cow, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean the chemicals are going to be gone, right? So we need to ask ourselves those questions. If it doesn't really matter whether we consume those or not, then this whole concern is not really relevant. Yeah, if it matters, then we need to ask ourselves, okay, so are we going to consume that? Is the meat still going to have those chemicals after the wash-up period, right? That's some pretty good analysis right there, right?
Is this going to have microplastics, nanoplastics because of the wrap? Probably a little bit. But if you really want to eat something that's high in nanoplastics, eat a bowl of cereal because that's really going to be high in it. Is this not the coolest little spatula?
So I guess you were saying that it's not as bad as you think, right? If you're okay with eating cereal, you should be having pretty much no problem eating the ground beef. Yeah, but I don't know how true those statements were. He's probably just reciting some information from some study, and how true are those studies? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Spatula with flour on it.
Well, probably niches. I don't know.
Niches.
Other meats
he
that you
doesn't
might
know.
have
Why the fuck he doesn't know?
Questions about would be like, well, if supermarket beef is okay, what about bologna? What about hot dogs? What about stuff like that?
I wonder if a random native speaker is going to be able to spell that word bologna, because the spelling looks pretty random, right? Don't you guys think my observation is so interesting as a non-native speaker, as a language learner? I have an interesting perspective. You know, your boy is watching a me-based video and can talk about all this interesting shit.
All bologna and hot dogs are ground up meat, so it's like a puree. And they add some salt, add some spices, and then they put it in the casing and that.
Put it in the casing. Of course, it depends on the manufacturer, right? Sometimes they add some other bullshit.
There you go. There's nothing magically disastrous or terrible or dangerous about hot dogs or bologna.
Okay.
They are still a healthy food choice for you. Now, of course, if you're going to buy hot dogs or bologna, you always want to be an ingredient detective. I've told you that about 1,000 times.
Nice.
But you never just assume.
Let's take a look at Dr. Barry's t-shirt. What does that say? Volunteer tradition or something? What does that mean? And there's like a Dragon Ball in the middle.
Even if it's the same brand, that you check the ingredients 3 months ago and you're like, it's the same brand, it's fine. No, at any moment they can change the ingredients.
Okay.
Anytime you buy a meat product that has multiple ingredients, you want to read them. And if there's any ingredient you're like, I don't know what that is, look it up. That's what the internet is for. The vast majority of
That's a good point. So me personally, I usually use ChatGPT to help me figure out what are some certain ingredients. And I think they usually do a pretty freaking good job, honestly. Yeah, I think you should use ChatGPT instead of looking those online. You can just tell ChatGPT, hi, I'm a whole food dieter. What is this ingredient? Tell me. Is this a whole food? And usually they're going to do a pretty good job. Because this is like pretty hard to beat around the bush. If I just ask you, oh, is this whole food? They have to give me a conclusion. They can't really be around the bush and say that, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. This is not as unhealthy as you think or something like that. They need to, anyways.
If you read the ingredients on bologna, on sausage, on hot dogs, and you're like, that's pretty darn clean right there. It's got less than 1 gram of sugar per reasonable serving size.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. Buy it and eat it. It's a healthy.
Yeah, so he's stressing that you need to try to buy lower carbs processed meat because he's like an advocate for low carb diets, right? I personally don't think carbs are that bad, but I guess trying to not eat them is always not really going to be a bad idea.
Health food. Let me tell you about these eggs.
Why the fuck do they look so small in our chat's hands, right? Maybe our chat is so huge, the eggs look so small.
The yolk especially is about as nutrient dense as you can possibly get. An egg white contains all the amino acids that your body needs in almost the perfect ratios. This is also full of amino acids as well, right? Full of protein. The yolk of these eggs, because those chickens weren't kept in a barn and fed a vegan diet. Guess what? Chickens are not vegans, okay? Chickens want to eat bugs and worms and snakes and dead birds and other stuff, and it makes their yolks a nutrition powerhouse. Speaking of eggs, what if all you can afford is the eggs from Walmart or your local supermarket? Are they okay? Are they nutrient void? Are they nutrient dense? Those almost assuredly come from chickens that are kept in confinement. It may say cage-free. It may say all kinds of little marketing health washing terms on the carton of eggs, but they did not have the life that our chickens have here on the farms. They're not going to be as rich in vitamins and minerals. Does that make them bad? Does that make them? No, it doesn't make them bad. It just makes them less good. First of all, when somebody says this is good for you or this is bad for you, your first question should be compared to what? Did you just eat a bowl of Lucky Charms instead of eating the eggs at the supermarket? Hell no. The eggs at the supermarket are not quite as nutrient dense as farm fresh eggs. They come from hens that are not quite as happy and well treated.
Well, the thing is, yeah, those chickens live in a very unhealthy environment, right? So they're actually not going to be negative consequences. That's the question that's worth asking, I feel like. Not to say that I have gotten sick from that kind of eggs. I don't think so. I don't think I have gotten sick from that. And a bunch of restaurants, they serve people that kind of egg, right? To cut down on their costs. Restaurants are usually not going to want to prepare pasture-raised eggs for you, I don't think. So a bunch of people go to those kinds of restaurants and eat normal eggs, and people are fine, right? So, I mean, people are probably not that fine, but I don't think they're not fine because of the low quality egg. So probably not really worth worrying about. But yeah, it's worth asking that, it's really not going to be bad. They live so unhealthily, right?
But that does not mean that they're bad.
Well,
it just means they're
egg yolk
less
is delicious.
good. I'm by no means a chef, okay? I'm sure I did a
okay.
lot of things wrong here.
I like how honest, humble you are. You're such a charming dude.
That Chris Cooking Nashville or some chef would be like, dude, don't do it like that. But you know what? Granddaddy Barry says it's all going the same place anyway.
That's
so I don't
pretty
really care.
on point.
So I'm going to put some Redmond's garlic salt.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stir the scramble up, and then I'm going to eat it.
I want to eat this with Dr. Barry.
Love to know what's your go-to fast breaker.
Fast breaker.
Yeah, on keto, on
That's
keto, on carnivore, even on the line diet. What do you break your fast with?
Line
and what
diet.
time of day do you normally break your fast? Are you one of those people that's got to eat first thing in the morning as soon as they wake up? Or do you wait until you're truly hungry before you break your fast? Tell me in the comments. I know at least one person who's new to this is going to say, don't you get bored eating beef and eggs every day?
Apparently, Dr. Berry also worries about what people say. I feel like this is an issue that you are never going to be able to avoid, right?
No. One of the beautiful things about a carnivore diet is that you learn to just eat when you're hungry. And when you're
Hungry.
truly hungry, this is going to taste amazing, even if you've had it for the last 14 mornings in a row. Just try it.
That's
Carnivore
funny.
for 90 days, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs,
Okay.
and see what almost
That didn't look very appetizing.
miraculous things happen to your health. So that's my breakfast,
How much
and
is that?
I'm not
Wait.
worried that this is not grass finished beef. I wouldn't
Okay.
be worried if these are just
W.
supermarket eggs, because this is still a healthy breakfast. This is still health food. Just eat the foods that your ancestors
Should
have
I
eaten
eat
for
your meat?
thousands and thousands of
But
years.
here's the thing. He said that, oh, you just eat your ancestors' food, but they didn't have unhealthy animal foods, right? So that's kind of like contradicting himself.
And your health will improve. If you're thinking about
W.
trying the carnivore diet, but nobody in your family or your friend
Is
circle
he
is
going to
supportive and on
advertise?
board, we have a private community that you can join. There's 3 different levels. So however much
Nice.
support you personally need, we're waiting and we're willing to give you that support.
Why
There's
the
a link.
fuck are people able to have so many things going on in their life? He has a family, he has a YouTube channel, he has a farm, he has a private community. What the fuck? Meanwhile, your boy is just a brokey. That's like just an unsuccessful little dude.
In the show notes. This is Dr. Barry. I'll
This is
see you
Dr.
next time.
Barry.
I'm going to eat.
Let's go. I like how cute he was in the end. Let's kind of take a look at the comment section and see what are people's experiences. I'm a doctor, and that's exactly what Nathan Cole explained in his book, Secrets to Perfect Health. It really shows what truly healthy living means. Okay, I don't give a shit if you're a doctor, because that doesn't mean anything, to be honest. What does that even mean? That means that you're able to memorize things, you're able to be brainwashed, right? Let's see. I had 1 pound of Walmart ground beef for lunch today. Okay. 3 years on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, lost 100+ pounds. How are you so heavy in the past and never went hungry? Okay. At 62, I'm in the best shape of my life. Thank you, doctor. Are you actually capping? You don't even have a profile pic. Anyways, we need to be suspicious.
Look up this.
We need to be open-minded, right? We need to be skeptical. So I wasn't really trying to be annoying. I was like raising some awareness as to we need to be skeptical. Anyways, let's see. Working a full-time job in an office, we all take our lunch at the same time, 12 p.m. That's when I break my fast, usually with 4-quarter ground beef patties and about a cup of full-fat plain Greek yogurt with a few blueberries and about a cup of full-fat cottage cheese. Okay, very specific right there. 2-quarter brown beef patties and 4 scrambled eggs from our backyard chickens. Okay, I'm jealous. About a cup of full-fat plain Greek yogurt. Okay, you don't need to get this specific. It's okay. With a tablespoon of allulose to sweeten it. Okay, thank you for being so detailed. I alternate these meals from day to day. Then I eat supper. Okay, why do you use the word supper with my wife? Okay, I thought you were a girl because how feminine you were. Anyways, eat supper with my wife usually around 6 p.m. No snacking in between meals. I want to see people's experiences on eating different quality of meat, but it's kind of hard to identify this kind of comment, I guess. This guy is not my doctor, but he has extended my life greatly. Shout out to Dr. Barry, you also extended my happiness life. Let's go. Keep the cooking videos coming, Dr. Barry. I wonder if he'll see these comments. It's absolutely unhealthy. Buying beef from Walmart is nasty. What a troll. Who is this? That's not even an argument. You need to provide reasons, right? What the fuck are you even talking about, my friend? Thank you, Dr. Barry. I feel relieved that Walmart meat and eggs are okay. I definitely had this kind of concern in the past. All right. Tomorrow is day 800 for me. Muscle and sunglasses. My favorite breakfast is brisket. Okay. I like how they are like answering Dr. Barry's question in the video. W. How many comments are there? This guy is just so influential. I'm not jealous whatsoever. Anyways, that's it for your both video, to be honest. Let me know what's your thoughts on meat quality, okay? If I have all the money in the world, I'll probably just eat high quality meat. But if I come across low quality meat for some reason, I'm probably not going to say, oh, hell no. I'm probably still going to entertain that. That's my take. Thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching all my videos and supporting the hell out of me.